these interviews were conducted with real people, not actors. What's your biggest fear?
Okay, my biggest fear is snakes, because I hate snakes, and they're slithery, and they're mean, and they bite, and they all need to die.
My biggest fear is the dark.
What's your biggest fear for the world?
I don't know, I'd probably say global warming, because it's really scary, and it could do a lot of harm to the whole planet, so, yeah.
My biggest fear for the world is that we'll all blow ourselves up at one point.
How do you react with fear?
Fight or flight. I either sit there and I fight it, or I'm gone. I mean, rocket ship, you know?
If I'm feeling like full of fear, I'll just usually sit there and just like take it and be like, okay, I put myself in this situation. Or I'll try to make jokes and laugh about it to get myself out of a situation.
Do you like putting yourself in situations where you feel fear?
To be honest, I don't know what kind of question that is, because I don't know
Like, are you
anybody.
an adrenaline junkie?
I mean, adrenaline, I don't know. I guess I like adrenaline, but like, they kind of separate themselves. Like fear and adrenaline, I don't
Well, they
know.
go hand in hand.
For some people, but for me, it's different. Like adrenaline, its own thing, and then fear is another. So I like being an adrenaline junkie, but I don't like put myself in situations where, you know, I'm scared or anything.
Yeah, I like adrenaline, but I don't like putting myself in like too much situation where I'm so full of fear.
Have you ever overcome a fear?
Yeah, when I was a kid, I used to really hate the dark, and I also had this video game, and there was an ocean, and you had to dive down in, and I was so scared of it because it was dark. But then I overcame it, and I went down, and it was awesome.
I have overcame a fear. I have like stage fright, and from where I dance, I have to go on stage every year, and just last year I overcame it because I realized that it doesn't matter what people think.
Have you ever made decisions away from things instead of towards goals?
Yeah, like instead of like overcoming my fear of the dark, I sleep with light on, so that way I don't have to overcome it, but it's not a good thing that I do that.
Does fear influence your decisions?
Sometimes, yeah. Actually, it does, because, like, I don't know, I've always wanted to play some form of sport or something, and I've always been afraid of what, you know, if I'm going to perform well or anything, so I've always kind of, like, stayed away from it. So, yeah, I have. So, yeah.
Yeah, mine's the same thing. Fear usually like drives most of my decisions because I'm like, if I don't do this, then that person might not like me, or if I don't do this sport, then maybe I won't get into some like good college or something like that, or if I don't keep my grades up, I won't make it in life. So fear usually drives most of my decisions.
Have you ever overcome one of your fears?
Yes.
Which one and how?
I used to be afraid of spiders, but then in 3rd grade we learned about them, and I wasn't so afraid of them anymore. I was like, they're helping the planet. I can't kill them, not unless they touched me. Then that's the reason to kill them.
Have you ever made a decision avoiding one of your fears? Has fear prevented you from doing something that would have been fun or benefited you in some way?
Oh, definitely, yeah.
Like what?
Like one of the huge roller coasters that someone, I don't know when it was, but yeah, like a huge roller coaster that like goes upside down. Can't do that. Also, going into the ocean. No, thank you.
What's your biggest fear?
I don't like spiders, and I'm scared of people breaking into my house when I'm home alone. I'm scared of being buried alive and kidnapped.
How do you react with fear?
I shake when I get scared, and then I don't know. I tear up, and then I like it's hard to breathe, kinda.
It means bearing my feelings.
Do you like putting yourself in situations where you feel fear?
I like roller coasters and like scary movies. They're scary, but like I like watching them.
Me too.
Have you overcome one of your fears?
Yeah, in 6th grade, I hated roller coasters, but then my friend made me get on one, and then I ride them all the time now. I'm not gonna overcome being buried alive.
Have you ever made a decision away from one of your fears? Like, if you used to be afraid of heights, you missed out on riding roller coasters, something fun like that.
Oh, yeah. Do you want me to like answer it?
Yes.
Okay. I missed out. I'm scared of people, a lot of them. So like I missed out on hanging out with a lot of friends that I could have had, and now I don't.
Do you like putting yourself in situations where you can feel fear?
Yeah, I like scary movies, and I like doing things that I could probably get hurt doing and stuff like that.
Have you ever overcome a fear?
Yeah, I did. I used to be afraid of riding horses, but then I just sucked it up, and I was like, you're gonna do it, and you're not gonna be afraid, and then I did it.
So fear doesn't influence your decisions, really?
Not really. Well, I mean, like, maybe like fear of like not being successful, that might influence my decisions or something like that, but like in just like social aspects and stuff, like that doesn't really affect me.
What's your biggest fear?
Kool-Aid Man. No. For myself, my biggest fear would probably be being alone, not necessarily like physically alone, but not having any friends, that kind of stuff. Just not knowing anyone.
What's your biggest fear for the world?
Total annihilation.
That's a good.
No, well, really, I say that kind of as a joke, but I mean, there's a lot of things in this world where people are just going to destroy themselves either way. So,
How do you react with fear?
do you mean like on a personal level, like if I'm about to do something stupid, or just
Well,
like
Yeah. And like
something I can't control?
both.
Alright, well, if it's something I can't control, I'm just like, hey, I probably decided to do this, so I'm just gonna do it, get it over with. If it's something I can't control, then, I mean, fear is a natural thing. It's something, if you're afraid of something, you probably should be afraid of something. But I just try and power through it like anyone else would.
Do you panic?
Yes. In a sense, I guess you could say. I try not to. I try to be in charge, I guess. I try and help. There's nothing else I really can do.
Do you like putting yourself in situations where you feel fear?
Absolutely. I like feeling adrenaline, not really fear. Like going up and standing in high places where I can fall off, or roller coasters even. Something like that.
Have you ever overcome a fear?
Yes. I guess. I mean, there's a lot of things obviously I was scared of whenever I was a little kid. I'm still scared of today. There's some things I've overcome, like the dark.